This lesson is on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. For this example, I have multiple ways to solve it. For the other two, it's pretty strict in the way I suggest you set them up. So when it's a monomial involved in all of the fractions, think back to what you normally did when you multiply fractions. You just multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So that's the first way I'm going to show you how to solve this question. So what we have is 7 times the coefficient of 1 is just 7. And then when you multiply variables with exponents, you add them together. So x squared times x to the third, 2 plus 3 is 5x's. Then in the denominator, we have 4 times 14, which is going to be 56. And then x to the third times x, or 3 plus 1, is 4x's. Now from here, if you remember back to the simplifying rational expressions video, always simplify the fractions. So 7 over 56 becomes 1 over 8. And then if you remember what to do with the variables, we subtract them since they're in a division sentence. So we have 5 minus 4 is 1, and we have 1x left in the numerator because the bigger number's in the numerator. Now what you could have done for this question is simplify first. So what I could have looked at is, well, 7 and 14, they have a common factor of 7. So this could become a 2, and this becomes a 1. I also see that they have an x, so I can cancel out an x from the top and get rid of this one on the bottom. So I'm only left with a 2 and a 1, x. And maybe I'll write that on top, 1x in blue, combining what's left over. Then going across this way, they both have an x to the third, so I can just get rid of it. Get rid of it. 1x times 1 is 1x. 4 times 2 is 8. So it gives you the same answer. So if you're comfortable with simplifying like you would have done anyways with fractions, do that first. The next example is a little bit more difficult because I threw in a polynomial and it doesn't look like the second term is a fraction, but we're going to make it into one. So what I suggest that you do, for those of you that aren't comfortable with viewing a fraction times a single term, you always write that over 1. And then you multiply numerator and denominators. However, if there is a trinomial, always factor it first. So what this really turns into is 5x in the numerator, and then we're going to have our x-man because we want to factor this polynomial. So I want two numbers that when added equal positive 5 and when multiplied equal positive 6. Those two numbers should be 2 and 3. So you have in the bottom x plus 2 times x plus 3 times x plus 3 over x, over 1. I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, review what we did with simplifying rational expressions. I see an x plus 3 in the denominator and then 1 in the numerator. Cancel them out. And that just becomes 1. And now multiply across. Don't try distributing and simplifying afterwards. So now I have 5x times 1 is 5x. And then x plus 2 times 1 is just x plus 2. And you're done. Do not cancel out these x's because one's in a multiplication sentence, the other's in an addition sentence, so I can't cross them out. The last video is division, and I hope you remember how to regularly divide because we're going to follow the same rules. When you normally divide, you keep, you change, you flip. So that's what we're going to do. So imagine this is over 1. We're going to keep the first fraction. However, I want to factor it first. So I'm going to make my x-man. I want two numbers that when added together equal negative 6 and when multiplied together equal positive 9. You should get negative 3, negative 3. So to keep the first fraction, I'm just going to rewrite the factorization in the numerator and keep the denominator of 12n. Oh, I like switched letters. Hold on. Let's make these all x's. I wonder why I did that. Sorry. make those numbers all x, make those letters all x's. X minus 3, x minus 3, 12x, not n. Change to multiplication and flip the fraction. So it's going to be 1 over x minus 3. Now at this point, what I hope you notice is there's an x minus 3 in the denominator and in the numerator. You can only cancel out 1, because if I'm only going to cancel out 1 in the denominator, I can only cancel out 1 in the numerator. So now I have x minus 3 times 1 is x minus 3. And let's just make sure we know that becomes 1. And then I have 12x times 1, which is just 12x. And that's it.